up on this week's episode of Aftershock.
Tati tells us about farmers market vendors.
Rio whips up a sweet treat.
And Ethan catches us up on all things Lightning Athletics.
What's up, Cypress Bay? I'm Tati Del Carpio.
And I'm Nick Ramos, and this special St. Patrick's Day edition of Aftershock starts now.
Each business has an initial startup story to be told.
And Tati went to investigate the reason behind the opening of these farmers market vendors.
Every Saturday, many companies come to Volunteer Park in Plantation, Florida to promote and sell their fresh and organic products. There is a wide variety of produce from organic honey to dairy-free ice cream. With creative and healthy alternatives to popular foods, many vendors have incorporated their personal life experiences and aspects into their specialized products.
I sell honey and other products created by bees. My wife is a very avid gardener, and one day she said, I need a beehive. So I read a book and I put a beehive in the backyard, and that was about 10 years ago, and here we are today. So I started this as a hobby and then ended up with too much honey, and so I started a business.
Leo's Gourmet Frozen Treats caters their product to provide a sweet treat that is dairy-free. Vendor Priscilla Benasio started working with this company for that reason.
We sell vegan ice cream because we wanted to target people who have food allergies. My sister is celiac, and so she can't have anything with gluten in it. And we realized that there were a lot of people who have the same issues. We figured these people deserve to have, quality products, something that is not only vegan, but also delicious.
Dawn Hunt, the owner of A New Leaf, works to better the physical and mental health of her consumers. After a tragic loss, she was inspired to do so.
In 2011, my father passed away to cancer. I was really interested in looking at all the alternative ways that could help to either reduce the side effects of the chemo or the radiation he was taking. I've always had a passion for health and wellness. It just kind of, encouraged me more to look into these things.
After just about a decade, the farmers market continues to grow in vendors and attendees each year, providing items for people's personal needs. The vendors' inspirations and stories behind their creations make their products unique to them and their booth. Tati Del Carpio, CBTV.
Here's Ria with a tasty treat.
What's up, Cypress Bay? My name is Ria Thomas, and on this St. Patrick's Day edition of Teen Cuisine, I'm going to be showing you how to make a rainbow pull-apart cake. The ingredients you will need are 1 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 3 large eggs, classic vanilla frosting, and 1 box of white cake mix. Follow the directions as listed on the box. Once the cupcakes are done, have the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple frosting ready to decorate the cupcakes. Arrange the cupcakes in a rainbow shape. With the white frosting, use the round tip to create a spiral shape. Using a star tip, pipe the frosting, creating a star shape. That's all for this special edition of Teen Cuisine. I'm Ria Thomas, CBTV.
Happy held their basketball game this past weekend.
Multiple clubs from the Bay were able to compete in this event.
Here's Gabby with more.
On March 15th, the Happy Club of Cypress Bay put on their second annual Softball Classic.
The Softball Classic is a fundraiser that the Cypress Bay Happy Club puts together where we get a bunch of teams to come and play in a softball tournament to raise awareness for their clubs as well as our cause and to fundraise money for our cause that we end up giving to the parent organization. We have like 6 teams come and we play like a big tournament and a ton of fans come just watch our games.
The Softball Classic is put on by Happy, but many other clubs have come out to play in this tournament and show their support for Happy's cause.
Happy is an organization that's helping adults with autism perform and excel, where we raise money to find meaningful employment for young adults with autism, because there's like staggering numbers that there's a bunch of young adults with autism that don't pursue jobs outside of high school. So our job is to find them employment and get them into the workplace.
There were some close games with the Marine Honor Society, Team Happy, and the Lightning Lunatics all winning their first games to move on to the next round. In the semifinal, Team Happy beat the Marine Honor Society in a nerve-wracking game to move on to the finals. The finals was a blowout with Team Happy crushing the Lightning Lunatics 8-2 to take home the trophy. Overall, the event was a great success with everybody having fun and over $6,000 being raised in total. Gabby Kernis, CBTV.
Well, maybe you should have worn green today. Does that count?
Hey. Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing? So how did you think your test went?
I think it went pretty good. There was like some questions and like the math was hard, you know? Ow! What's that for?
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. Gage, we gotta have an intervention, bro. Like, I get it, it's St. Patrick's Day, and when people don't wear green on St. Patrick's Day, you pinch them. But it's gotten to the point where it's become completely outrageous.
It's St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, you know, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, well, I was just going around pinch people, you know what I mean?
That's completely ridiculous. Who does that?
Well, I guess we spend our time differently then.
Come on, man.
Here's Ethan with this week's Lightning Athletics.
What's up, Cypress Bay? It's great to be back, and there is no better way to start off sports than with some boys lacrosse against their arch rival, the Western Wildcats.
The Cypress Bay Lightning played off in a girls varsity lacrosse match against the Western Wildcats on March 12th. The Lightning started off strong, attacking the net multiple times, but Western fought back, scoring the first 2 goals of the first half. After a quick timeout by Cypress Bay, the Lightning struck back, scoring multiple goals. But the Wildcats didn't stop fighting, scoring 2 more goals, ending the half with a score of 7-4. At the start of the second half, the Western Wildcats kept up their momentum, scoring 2 goals. Even with the Wildcats' defense being dominant at the start, the Lightning struck back, scoring 4 goals to extend their lead. The scoring didn't stop there, with Cypress Bay scoring another pair of goals, shutting down the Wildcats and closing the game with a score of 13-8. The Lightning play their next game against the Taravella Trojans on March 15th.
On Tuesday, February 26th, the Cypress Bay Lightning took on their arch rival, the Western Wildcats, in a district semifinal matchup. Cypress Bay shot the lights out by making 6 3-pointers in the first quarter alone. The Western Wildcats tried to fight back in the second quarter, but could not get anything going as the Lightning defense held their own. In the second half, Tyler Kravitsky got to the rim and had a nice finish. Isaiah Quinteros had a sick 3-point shot, and Amir Bricat had a dunk that brought the entire house down. The Lightning storm on to win this game, 64-50. In the final seconds of the game, the Western Wildcats sent a message that basically said, "We'll be back next year." The boys' water polo team took on Flanagan in a district matchup, and I was there to catch all of the action. The Cypress Bay Lightning's water polo team dived in against the Flanagan Falcons in a district matchup. The Lightning netted 6 goals in the first quarter and took an early lead. The Falcons tried to get something started in the second quarter, but the Lightning's stout defense did not allow them to. Cypress Bay created several chances which translated into some amazing goals. The Lightning did not let up the entire game and held Flanagan to only 11 goals, while they put 25 in the back of the net. Coach Ron Van Gent had this to say after the big Lightning victory.
As what they did well in this game was we had an opportunity to play some of our non-starters and to see that they are also able to perform well with some of the non-starters in there. That's good progress.
Their next game is on Wednesday, March 20th against Fort Lauderdale High School. Athletes need to watch what they consume. Here's a healthy twist on a fruit roll-up.
To make mango roll-ups, you will need 3 mangoes, parchment paper, and a pan. Preheat the oven to 175 degrees, or the lowest that your oven will allow. Cut up all the mangoes and scoop out the insides, and blend them all together. After placing the parchment paper into the pan and spreading the mangoes on top, leave the mangoes baking in the oven for about 3.5 hours. Once you take it out of the oven, cut them up into the desired sizes and you're done. Enjoy!
That's all for this week's Lightning Athletics. Until next time, I'm Ethan Gayer, CBTV Sports.
Oh, Chris, here's your wallet. You lost it.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Passion can be found through music, art, and education.
But volunteers at the AYSO program work to instill devotion to soccer in young children. Here's Julian with the story.
For many children in South Florida, Saturday means playing soccer, and the American Youth Soccer Organization is giving some of them a chance to do just that.
It's not a high-pressure, win-at-all-costs program. It's a very low-key recreational program. There's no tryout. Everybody who signs up gets to play. The difference between us and some other programs like I-9 is we do try during the week to train kids to learn the game so they get the love of the game.
For over 20 years, the annual league has been giving local youth an alternative to sitting in front of a screen all day.
It's great for them because it takes them out of the electronics, which is a big concern for parents today.
The close-knit nature of the league unites the staff, coaches, players, and even the parents.
They're giving the time to community, and I think it's a great lesson for parents and for the kids too, to see how you can be involved in the community.
It is full of positivity. The people here are wonderful people to be with and to work with. Joy and the fun in their faces, that makes me happy, and that is a beautiful thing to watch.
The AYSO's volunteer staff continues to strive to create a fun-filled environment for aspiring athletes and casual soccer players alike. Julian Bonilla, CBTV.
Here's Neil with this week's Man on the Streets.
Hey Cypress Bay, I'm Neil Shulkin, and today I'm going around asking students what they're doing for St. Patrick's Day. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day this year?
What day of the week does it fall on?
This Sunday.
This Sunday, I'm going to church like the good Christian I am every Sunday. That's my routine. So, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I'm going to a brunch with my friends.
Just your friend or anyone else? Whole family?
No, it's just me and her.
Okay, that sounds fun. Does she celebrate St. Patrick's Day too? Wearing green. That's it, just wearing green?
And also probably eating cabbage, because that's what my grandma does, makes cabbage.
Since St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday, do you have any plans for that?
Yeah, man,
With your family?
of course. Love my mom, man.
So you're just gonna wake up and then start?
Dude, how else are you supposed to do it?
Well, I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, so I wouldn't
You
know.
don't got the hair, man.
It's my dad's birthday, so that's what we're gonna do.
I don't know. Probably start some Irish songs. I don't know.
Seems like you guys aren't doing much for St. Patrick's Day. I'm Neil Shulkin, CB TV.
That's all for this week's episode of Aftershock.
If you want to watch previous episodes, visit us at cypressbaytv.com.
And while you're at it, follow us on social media at Cypress Bay CBTV. I'm Nick Ramos.
And I'm Tati Del Carpio. Thanks for watching.